I've talked about playing, when you're playing a slap, having your hands not completely into the drum. You can do that, but it's a different sound. A little more resonant, a little crispier of a sound, I guess, when we're playing here, okay? And I'll link that video below where we're talking about getting other sounds. But now I'm going to talk about practicing getting more out of your cajon with different sounds. So we have a bass we can play right here, but the farther out we go, the more that changes the sound. We can also play different snares. You have this, but you have the tips, okay? You also can play the side, lower down here. All right? So we have bass and snare where it's just getting the attack, the actual face of the drum. And when I'm playing out here, like a slap note, then I'm getting just the attack and I'm using the actual bracing of the cajon. And then the fingertips. Now I can take these screws here, okay, and loosen them to get a different effect. All right, I have my screwdriver here and I am just gonna loosen these edges. All right. Okay, loosen that sound, and I can get a different sound. Now that's going to be a lighter tap than coming in here and getting a little more bass. The more inside I come, the more inside and lower. So now we can put this within an exercise to practice it. For instance, we can play bass, snare. Bass, come here. We don't have to go all the way down. Keep your posture good. Hinge at the hips as opposed to shoulders coming down. Bass, snare. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Bass, snare, bass, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to play bass, snare in the middle, bass, snare in the middle, bass, snare on the outside, bass, snare on the outside. Bass, middle, bass, middle, bass, outside, bass, outside, bass, middle, bass, middle, bass, outside, bass, outside. Practice really slow. Focus on the sound and the technique, okay? Now, we can also do it this way. Bass, snare, bass, outside, bass, snare, bass, outside. Okay? So we want to be able to alternate at any given time whenever we want that particular sound. We can also play and focus on one hand at a time. So bass, snare, bass, snare, and then we can do bass, snare here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to the outside, still keeping my hands here with my palm right there like that, but I can also do it with the fingertip. Now in the middle. Now on the outside. Fingertip. Okay? Now, we can do that for a few measures as if we're practicing playing the beginning of a song. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Again. 1 and 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that for 4 measures. 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Now, we bring it up a notch. Now that's snare. That's 2 or 1. That's 2. 2, 3, 4. That's 3. Again, last time. 3, 4. That was 4. Now back to this. So now we can play 1, 2, 3, 4. We can play that. That's one measure. We can do that 4 times in a row. Think about like working out. That's a set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's one time. Do that 4 times in a row. Then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do that 4 times in a row. Then switch hands. Do bass outside, bass outside. Do that 4 times in a row. Bass inside snare, bass inside 4 times in a row. Okay? So the other way, so now we're doing a combination of bass and snare and doing this kind of 2 and 4 rhythm. What I mean by 2 and 4 rhythm is the snare is on beats, the second beat and the fourth beat. First beat, bass, second beat, snare. Third beat, bass, fourth snare. For instance, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you're on the stage in the worship team or your band and you hear like this 2 and 4 type of terminology, that's all we mean. We're talking about where the beats are. If we're in 4/4, are the bass on beat 1 and 3? Are the snares on 2 and 4? And often that's what they mean is the snare, the accent. Okay? So now what we can do is we can just practice tones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 of those and then 4 of the center snare. Notice I'm playing this part. It's coming on the rim and I'm not keeping my fingers into the drum. Keep it on the outside. So I'm doing 4 of those. Then I'm going to do 4 bass notes. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can do that over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hitting that, but I'm letting my hands bounce off. Spraying that. It's like a... Okay? The fingertips are coming down the rim of the cajon right here. The bracing. The frame. The frame is stopping my hand here on the other side of where my knuckles are. My palm on the other side of the knuckles there. And it's hitting it, but it's not sticking. It's not staying into the drum. It's hitting and then coming out. So I have tip, 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 or corner, 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 middle, 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 middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I've been counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you're playing in a band, you might be playing in a certain time signature, okay, which is 4/4. If we're counting to 4 and then the pattern starts over, we're in 4/4. But if I'm just playing and counting on the notes, the numbers rather, the notes on the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, these corners being the note, then I'm now playing quarter notes. But if I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, now I'm playing the 8th note. So it's good to practice going in between these note values. The note value being the type of note. Quarter note, or is it an 8th note? All right? So let's do these corners and play 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 8th notes. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you have to say it with the same amount of time it takes to play the quarter note. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's use words to, we're using words, but let's use like some kind of food to break that analogy down on a very basic level. So you can go pie, 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 and now we're going to go pizza, 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 pie, 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 pizza, pizza, pizza. The time it takes me to say pie, I'm saying pizza. Pizza, pie. That is pizza. Pizza is broken down into 2 notes, 2 8th notes. Pizza, pizza. The time it took me to say pizza 4 times, I spoke 4 syllables. 1 and 2 and. Okay? Pizza, pizza. All right? Or if I go pie, 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 pie. If I say pizza, pie, pizza, pie. The time it took me to say the word pie, same time I said pizza, I spoke 2 syllables. Those 2 syllables are inside of pie. Okay? That's called subdivision. The time it takes you to count 1 quarter note, you can also count 2 8th notes at the same time. For every quarter note, there's 2 8th notes. So we want to practice this transition going back and forth. And 2 and 3 and 4 and pie, 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 pizza, 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 pizza. All right, so now let's put basses to them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Bass, 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 bass. That's another exercise that we can practice. So we can practice these exercises for a certain amount of time. We take a timer and a metronome, and then we practice that time for a certain amount of time, this exercise. So I'm going to put it down to very slow, and I'm going to just put it down to 80. 2, 3, 4. You hear that metronome? That's on 180 beats per minute. And there's a high pitch after every 4 beats. So now we're in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, corner notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. The and was in between the beeps. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 2. Beep, 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 beep. You do that for 2 minutes straight. Your timer goes, I set the timer for 2 minutes, timer goes off, you know you've practiced that one thing strictly. Good accountability, okay? Hello everyone, sorry that video cut off on me so quick, but I do have other videos on the cajon on my YouTube channel here. You can check out the link in the description below. Hopefully this was a help to you. And if you, I'd love to hear feedback from you. If you'd like me to elaborate on anything, go over anything in particular about the cajon, or really anything else percussion, I'd love to hear from you down below in the comments. But check the description below to check out the playlist of playing the cajon in worship. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you. And I'll see you soon.